I think it's safe to say that the tension in the online MMA world is at an all-time high right now. It's a space that's always been very argumentative and often contentious, but we're really hitting a boiling point lately. I don't know when this sport turned into rooting for individuals to get big paydays as opposed to who the better fighter is. With all the fighters and the media members being overexposed, coupled with the influencer boxing and all the business and money conjecture and the constant self-promoting from all parties involved, the nonsense in media in all of MMA is more intense than it's ever been. With so much negativity and noise, the whole essence of mixed martial arts has been completely forgotten about, which makes the timing of Jiri Prochazka and Alex Pereira absolutely perfect. The MMA gods are restoring a bit of order in this world of ours, because both of these fighters are the epitome of martial artists. They are two individuals who have captivated the audience with nothing more than the artistry of their thrilling performances. They've earned this prestigious position of headlining Madison Square Garden for being elite mixed martial artists at the highest level of the game. They are naturally polarizing characters based on who they truly are as individuals. They are genuine, and they are exactly what you see. And in the rare percentile of fighters who are completely disinterested in their public image. In one corner, we have an elite Brazilian kickboxer who is dangerous and scary because of his sheer power and technical prowess. In the other corner, we have a real-deal samurai from the Czech Republic who has risen through the ranks and had to give up his title because of injury and is now making a return to claim what was once his. These are like two characters out of a movie, and this matchup is a real cause for excitement. It's amazing to think Alex Pereira has only been in the UFC for about 2 years. The man burst onto the scene and mesmerized audiences, and it wasn't because of his boisterous personality or being funny on Twitter. It was for producing straight violent knockouts against the world's best with a stoic demeanor. His nickname Potan means stone hands, and needless to say, this man could not be more aptly nicknamed. I was on location in New York covering Fight Week of UFC 281 the last time the UFC was in Madison Square Garden, and this man's presence is something else. His entrance into the octagon was legitimately chilling, and it reverberated throughout the whole arena. With his sort of plodding approach with his hands held low and no wasted movement, every time he loads up you have to hold your breath because you can visibly see how devastatingly powerful his punches are from just looking at them. And I know everyone talks about the power, but something that doesn't get really talked about is his expert timing and rhythm. Prochazka is faster than Pereira, but Pereira doesn't have to be the faster fighter when he's operating on the level he is with the timing and rhythm. It's a very interesting contrast of styles. Then you have Jiri Prochazka, who is legitimately a real deal samurai. He holds the values and the morals of a traditional, honorable martial artist, but more importantly, has the expert level skill set and a history of amazing performances. He's an artist to watch. He fights long, switches stances, all while keeping his hands kind of low, but is wicked fast both offensively and defensively. He's also shown he's resilient and that he can take a thumping and pull off the win in the trenches. Admirable in every sense. Not to mention that when you consider fighters who are so wrapped up in themselves and their public image, Prochazka represents the polar opposite of this. For Jiri, it's not about his self-image, it's purely about his inner self. The fans see this and they're intrigued by it. But you know what's most impressive? Look at the Sherdog Fight Finder and take a look at his record, winning his past 11 fights by finish with 10 KOs and 1 submission. Out of his 29 professional wins, 25 of those came by knockout. Look, we never ever want to see anybody get hurt, especially an all-time great like Jon Jones, and I'll be missing Bones this week and I wish for his speedy recovery. But given how things are in MMA right now, I'm almost glad that we aren't getting Jones versus Stipe this weekend, because now Prochazka and Pereira are going to get the big spotlight and the lion's share of the attention, which is totally deserved in the first place. MMA fans deserve a lot more credit than they get. They aren't as stupid as a lot of people treat them. You don't need to have these disingenuous, fabricated beefs between fighters solely for the sake of promotion to garner interest in a fight. By the time Saturday night comes, there's going to be a lot of excitement built up for this one, and the people are going to be very excited for that cage door to shut. This fight is so much more than crowning the UFC light heavyweight champion. Jiri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira is about serving fans a reminder of what this sport is all about. This fight represents an opportunity to put aside all the noise that's plagued this space and focus on nothing more than a war between two martial arts masters in its purest form.